The Peacock Who Showed Off. Deep in the heart of the green meadow forest lived a peacock named Ravi. He was no ordinary peacock. His feathers were the brightest in the land. They shone with deep blues, dazzling greens, and hints of gold that sparkled in the sunlight. Whenever Ravi walked through the forest, he made sure everyone saw him. "Look at my feathers," he would say, spreading his magnificent tail wide. "Have you ever seen such beauty?" The smaller birds, sparrows, robins, and finches, gazed at him with admiration. The owls shook their heads. The parrots whispered among themselves, "He is handsome, yes, but does he have wisdom?" Ravi didn't care. He believed that beauty was everything. Ravi's need for attention. Every morning, Ravi made a grand entrance at the riverbank, where all the animals gathered for water. He would walk slowly, letting the sun catch his feathers just right. One day, as Ravi was showing off, an old tortoise named Banu chuckled. "Ravi, you act as if your feathers make you the most important creature here." "They do," Ravi replied proudly. "Everyone admires me because of my beauty." Banu shook his head. "Beauty fades, my friend. It is kindness and wisdom that last." Ravi scoffed. "You say that because you have no beauty of your own." The animals gasped at his rudeness, but Ravi simply flicked his tail and continued his display. A new peacock arrives. One afternoon, a newcomer arrived in the forest, a peacock named Adi. Unlike Ravi, Adi had simple feathers. They were neat but not as bright, not as long, and certainly not as dazzling. The animals welcomed Adi warmly, but Ravi laughed when he saw him. "What kind of peacock are you?" he asked mockingly. "Where is your sparkle?" Adi smiled gently. "A peacock is more than his feathers." Ravi smirked. "Let's see if that's true. Tomorrow, we will have a contest. We will both display our feathers, and the animals will decide who is the most magnificent." Adi nodded. "As you wish." The storm and the lesson. That night, a powerful storm swept through Green Meadow Forest. The wind roared like a wild beast, shaking the trees. Rain poured from the sky, drenching everything. Branches cracked, and the river overflowed. When morning came, the forest was a mess. Fallen leaves covered the ground, nests had been destroyed, and puddles of mud were everywhere. Ravi woke up and gasped. His beautiful tail was ruined. His long feathers were tangled, covered in mud, and had lost their shine. No matter how hard he tried to fix them, they remained dull and messy. Meanwhile, Adi was not concerned about his feathers. Instead, he went out to help the other animals. He used his wings to shelter tiny birds from the cold, helped a baby rabbit find its lost family, and gathered food for those who had been affected by the storm. The other animals noticed Adi's kindness. "He may not have the brightest feathers," said a squirrel, "but his heart is full of light." The contest begins. Despite the damage, the animals gathered for the contest. Ravi arrived, trying his best to walk with confidence, but everyone could see that his once glorious tail was no longer stunning. Adi, on the other hand, stood with a warm smile, though he had not even preened himself for the contest. Ravi took a deep breath and spread his wings, but the animals murmured among themselves. His beauty was gone. Then the wise old parrot spoke. "We have already seen who the most magnificent peacock is." Ravi's heart swelled with hope, thinking they would still admire him. The parrot continued, "It is Adi." Ravi's beak dropped open. "What? But I have always been the most beautiful." The parrot nodded. "You were beautiful, but beauty alone is not enough." When the storm came, Adi did not worry about his looks. He worried about others. He used his wings to help, not to show off. That is true magnificence. The animals cheered for Adi, and Ravi felt a deep shame wash over him. He realized that his vanity had made him arrogant, and he had never truly earned the animals' admiration, only their shallow praise. That day, Ravi learned an important lesson. From then on, he no longer boasted about his feathers. Instead, he focused on being kind, helpful, and humble. And to his surprise, the animals still admired him, this time, for something much greater than his appearance. Moral of the story: true beauty is not in appearance, but in kindness and humility. Vocabulary list. 1. Show off, to brag about something to impress others. 2. Arrogant, thinking too highly of oneself. 3. Humble, not bragging or showing off. 4. Boast, to talk too proudly about something. 5. Vanity, too much pride in one's appearance. 6. Mock, to make fun of someone. 7. Lesson, something learned from experience. 8. Jealousy, wanting what others have. 9. Admiration, respect for someone's qualities. 10. Wisdom, good judgment and understanding.